Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sandy Gibson, and I'm here in Lanark County, leaning on the pitchfork with Trace and Matt.
All right.
Nice.
Good.
That was
Great.
perfect. That was perfect.
That's wonderful. And I'm videoing, which I'll post onto our TikTok later.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah. Are you videoing the whole thing, or?
No, I won't really.
All right.
thing, but-
Okay.
There.
The setup feels a little more echoey.
Yeah, it does.
We'll see. I'm just bringing that in. All right. Oh my God. All these
It does.
Sound
seem a little
effects.
echoey.
different things. Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay. Let's, so
All right. Well, do you want to do the introduction of Sandy?
yeah, we got we have a guest here. We're our third guest. Is this our third guest?
Third guest.
Third guest.
Third
Third
guest.
one's a charm.
I know exactly. Right.
No offense to Susanna Rich.
So Sandy, do you want to introduce yourself or?
Sure. Well, my name's Sandy Gibson. I'm a teacher at the same school as Trace and Matt, and a proud resident of Ottawa, and also a theater artist, and former wedding officiant.
Yes,
Oh,
Sandy was
we'll
ordained at one point,
Yeah.
Point.
but your licenses ran out, right?
It has expired. Yeah, I just got the letter the other day.
Uh-oh. You've been deordained.
I think the correct term is defrocked.
So you were like an ordained minister. Is that the?
Yeah.
correct-
Well,
yeah.
a registered religious officiant was the
Okay.
exact term from 2017 until I guess about a month or so ago. I'm not that I did anything bad. It's just being a wedding officiant is a fun gig. It was a lot of fun, many great memories, but it's not super conducive when you have two young children.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because like you said, like people book you like a year in advance, right?
yeah, you got it. And if you say yes to one, okay, that's no big deal. But they're typically in the summertime, and if you say yes to like 8 or 10 or 12, there's your summer there.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. And you're also a husband and a father, as you
Yes,
said.
those are things. Son as well.
Yes, and a beloved teacher at our school that students absolutely love. You're wearing my favorite dress shirt of yours. It's a blue dress shirt. I don't know if you can show people on
TikTok.
a blue dress shirt with zebras on it. It's wonderful. I just love it. Love it. It makes my day when you wear that.
That is a nice one.
I'm glad it's my wife's favorite, and I don't know if you believe this, but I got this in Austria when we took a group of students over on a sort of like a interchange, and a 12-year-old girl from Austria took me to H&M. She didn't like my style, and she said, "We're taking you shopping," and this came out of it. So huge thank you to her.
Nice.
Many years later.
There you go. Nice. So yeah, our third visitor and our third guest, and this is exciting because you mentioned that you have a musical.
Yep.
So, like, what is it? Like, what are you belong to a musical group, a play group?
So no, I wrote the musical. I wrote this back in 2018, 2019. And it's a 75-minute family-friendly space musical. A girl, Sam, orphan, reaches age of majority, goes into outer space thinking it's her dream come true, only to be attacked by pirates and crash land on the spaceship of the first alien that human beings have ever met.
Now, you've done this play before, right? Because I remember a couple of years ago, I think it was pre-COVID, you put a thing out. So it's the same play. I thought, okay.
Or it was, like a year ago, maybe, right?
Was it a year ago?
So what happened is we got some funding. So I wrote it back in 2018, 2019, and then had some issues with concussion, and then the pandemic hit, and then we got funding from this local organization called Tactics Ottawa to record an album. So I got my composer up, Silas Chinson, wonderful guy.
It sounds great. I listened to it, and like because you had clips of it on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so Silas, he wrote the music. I'd had the lyrics. I had the script. We had picked some key songs to record. In 2023, we trained a cast of very talented local actors to sing it, and then we recorded in July and released it on Spotify and YouTube, and then did a showcase of it in November of 2023.
And then so now it's coming out this Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, this Saturday and Sunday it comes out on stage.
February 8th and 9th
That is correct.
at
Yeah.
2:30 at the Arts Court Theater in downtown Ottawa.
You folks have done your homework.
And so this would be the Undercurrents Festival, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So is that what is that affiliated with the Fringe Festival? What's the connection there? Do you know?
Yeah, so Fringe is wonderful, wonderful. It's the Ottawa Fringe Festival that runs in June, and they have a lottery to get people to get shows, and your name's picked out. You pay them a certain festival fee, and then they give you 6 or 7 shows at various times, and it's over a 10 or 12 day period. But they also run this arts or Undercurrents Festival, which is a curated thing. You have to apply to it. And it's a variety of different things. There's an escape room one that's on. There's some one-person shows. They're making a real push to make it bilingual, so there's a lot of French shows
Nice.
as well. It's really refreshing to see.
All right. Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, so if I'm on Spotify, so what am I going to look up here to find your
One Small Misstep is the name of the show.
I love the title.
small...
Well, we were going to call it One Small Step, and then we Googled it.
Are we able to play some clips on this? Maybe
play as many clips as you
Maybe we'll
want.
do that after. But how about we? What should we do? Should we do some
shout-outs?
Some shout-outs
Do shout-outs for sure.
All right, we'll do shout-outs
first,
All right.
and then I felt like I had something else to say. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, well, we just finished saying that since the last podcast, it feels like it's been like a long time.
A long time. Yeah, I know, right? So
Like, I went to get my word ready, and I realized I had already gotten my word ready. Like, that seems so long ago. Like,
You've forgotten you had your
I've
original
forgotten.
word.
I've
maybe
forgotten.
we
yeah.
need to make more, right? That's
Yeah, podcast every week. Wouldn't that be fun?
You could do it.
Oh, we could do it, but I don't know if our families would let us do it.
this is true. All right. Okay. Well, I'll start off with the shout-outs. So I'd like to the wonderful people of North Lanark Regional Museum. We appreciate your support and thank you for letting us record this crazy podcast in your wonderful museum. So, yeah, appreciate it. Back in the tea room here
Back
again.
in the tea room.
It's a little more echoey. I think we're in a transition between exhibits. So
Yeah, we're taking away our winter exhibit, our Christmas exhibit, and we're getting ready to set up for our next exhibit, which is going to be focusing on emergencies and first responders in Mississippi Mills over the years.
love it.
So we've got a draft of a poster. We got a couple of drafts of a poster. We're going to decide which one we want to use, and yeah, so it'll be fun. So lots of cool stuff's going to be on display.
All right. I look forward to it, and we'll keep everyone updated. Listening.
There we go. I'd like to do a shout out to our first responders again, especially our local fire department, and a shout out to all the volunteers for everything, like everything from, like you said, like the kids who outdoor rinks to people who, I'm sure yours has a lot of volunteers on it, your musical.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
We are trying to pay them a small fee, but for the amount of money they're being paid and the amount of work they're putting in, certainly the volunteer mentality is appreciated.
yeah. You know, volunteers really are the heart of every community. That's for sure.
I agree.
That's for sure. So yeah.
Equator Coffee. Shout out to Equator Coffee. And Trace, thank you for the Equator Coffee.
Made it on time. They close at 5,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
last
I
couple of times we
pushed you. I rushed you today.
I know. And
Sandy and I
Sandy,
got
you got
here.
your first hot chocolate. Do you like it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. No.
normally-
Yeah, Sandy and I got here a little early, so I called Trace, and I think she...
I beelined a
you
little faster down.
But really, and the coffee's still nice and warm.
Yeah.
It's perfect, and it's in the nice mug that you got me for Christmas.
Yes. Oh, I keep forgetting.
show
we're-
it talk.
On
Yeah,
TikTok.
Yeah. There we go. There's the mug again. I think we've shown it. And then there's our pretty little faces there. Oh, I'm covering myself. There we go.
There we. Yep.
So yeah.
Okay, I'd like to do a shout out also. You guys ever get chapped lips?
Yes.
Okay, so growing up, it was always chapstick or Blisticks? Was that it?
Blisticks, yeah.
Okay, they're crap. Okay, the way to go, Burt's Bees. A shout out to Burt's Bees, a complete game changer. You know, winter, everyone knows probably by now that winter's my favorite season, but chapped lips was always that lingering, just that thing that you just hate, right? Like you just,
Chapped lips and dry skin.
chapped lips, nothing worse than that, and the chapstick just didn't seem to do the trick or whatever. Once Burt's Bees came in, it was a game changer. You just put it on right away, it's like instant.
Yep.
It suddenly
And there's nothing worse
annoyance
than
is gone.
when your lips are chapped and you don't have anything and you wet them because you get
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you get that
It's
little
worse.
instant, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, I just
Yeah.
dry.
And so like I've been like Burt's Bees has been around for a while. I've been using it for probably about 15 years. So, you know,
Yeah, I don't know how long
that's-
it's been.
But it was just like instant. Like it was like unbelievable how good of a product Burt's Bees is. So I always get my like 20.
And they got nice
back pretty
flavors.
much.
Like the flavor.
No, I don't like the flavors. You got to just go with the.
Oh, see, I like the
no, the
flavors.
flavors are
What's this
disgusting.
green one here?
Flavor is mint cocoa.
No. You just got to get the regular.
I would offer you some, Matt.
no,
but I know you're a
definitely
little
not.
bit of a
No,
germophobic,
thank
so
you. Yeah. Anyways, that's my little product placement shout out there.
I'm even impressed when we're done our podcast. I always give these a little bit of a hot water wash, and that's it. And Matt has accepted the fact that they're just hot watered wash. I don't use soap
No
or
soap?
anything. No soap, no. And so he may very well be drinking out of the cup that I was drinking out of 2 weeks ago. And this is a big step for Matt.
Oh, huge.
Because when Matt and I first met, like what, 15 years?
Yeah, my son was just a newborn at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So once you have kids, now they're 13 and 15. I have enough.
Yeah.
Once you have kids and go through all that and a couple of
Like
dogs along
not,
the way.
no potlucks.
You don't-
No.
well, I
nothing.
still don't do potlucks.
Well, yeah. Well, you did.
I don't do potlucks.
Were you not?
That's a whole segment. We should save that for.
Oh, I'm really curious.
Yeah.
No pot.
But you did. You have
Yeah.
come out for lunch with us a couple times at work, which is a big thing.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Just
Yeah.
the potlucks, the sharing, and you go to a potluck, right? And everyone wants you to try their dish,
Right.
Right, and then so you have a plate full of 15 different things just because you're being polite, and you know, I do want to try everyone's, but I don't want all of like 15 different tasting
Right.
things.
And you're not sure of
Different
the
dips or
15
whatever.
different standards
Yeah.
of hygiene applied to that.
Well, that as well, and you know, sometimes I don't feel like a salad with broccoli and raisins and mayonnaise or something, right? So
fair.
that's a dish. That sounds like a dish, does it not?
The broccoli's. Oh yeah. It's and they usually have a little bit of bacon, and then you have
Yeah,
and then you have the faux bacon, whatever.
Yeah, but and that's the thing, and you want to be polite about it, right? And just say, okay, I'll try it, but you don't. And then it's also you feel bad for some people if they put a lot of work into it, and you see their casserole dish and no one's touched it. Then it's I feel bad for those people, right? Too. The whole thing is just a disaster.
It's just
Okay.
socially
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah,
for Matt.
it's socially awkward.
So if we ever start back our big potluck barbecue that Phil and I have done for years before COVID, where we'd invite family and friends and neighbors and everything to our place, and we sometimes would have like 60 to 80 people. I'm going to come and just spread the word to everybody. Just everybody be quiet and watch Matt as he comes up to the table.
All right, okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, so here's a shout out to the people that actually enjoy potlucks. Good for you.
I love potlucks. I love
Any other shout outs or?
So no, but here's a funny story
Okay, all right.
about potlucks. So when we first started at LDHS, there was only like maybe 30 staff, 50.
Yeah, I don't know exactly,
even
but
know how
not many at all.
Not many at all.
compared to now.
And we had a potluck after work one day, just a couple of weeks after we started, the school opened, and Brennan and I we didn't really know each other. She's on one side of the table, I'm on the other side of the table. Now Brennan's from down east. I'm a Lanark County girl, and there was a high percentage of the staff were city slickers. Okay. And Brennan and I are standing there and we're looking at all this food. And I looked up at Brennan and she looked up at me and she's like, what is all this? And I'm like, this is a lot of bula food. I have no idea what half of this stuff even looks like, means, whatever. So like we took like the bun and the potato salad. And I'm not even like a big potato salad. We took like the very basics because all the other stuff was like, what the? Oh, I lost you. We lost you.
Yeah, hello? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, like there was like the chickpea crap and like hummus and tofu. It was just disgusting. Anyways,
Oh my god.
but talk about salads with faux bacon.
Mm-hmm.
The faux bones. Remember we discovered
Oh my god, yeah.
Faux
Okay.
bones.
so
Excuse me.
so I don't even know. So I there's a couple of sites, a couple of things that I follow on Facebook, and one of them is misinformation about farming. And I was reading this thing about they now have faux bones that you can purchase. And these things are expensive. Like, they are friggin' expensive. I'll look up
Yeah.
the prices again. So when you make your vegetarian non-meat turkey drumsticks, you can put in fake drumstick bones.
Really?
And we watched this guy make it, and it was absolutely disgusting, right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Too bad. And it actually looks like chicken, but like wrapped around a popsicle stick, and that's the faux bone, is a piece of wood. But
It's made to look like...
But now so there's some like with the popsicle stick, but then you have some that are in the shape of so I guess before people just use popsicle sticks, but now they have like a piece of wood whittled down to the shape of a bone. And they put oh my god.
So these things.
Vegan drumsticks.
So here's my thing.
Yeah. That you can see the
Interesting. And
Yeah.
then they just coat it in like chicken or vegan meat.
yeah, like vegan meat, like that stuff there. It almost looks like a
Like, does that not look like disgusting?
cookie
that looks
batter.
that looks like
And
cat
then
food.
they wrap it up.
Wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these things are expensive.
Yeah.
Like they're unbelievably expensive.
Yeah.
But like, isn't the point of being one of the points of being vegan? Isn't it just to not consume animal products? Why would you want to trick yourself into thinking you're consuming an animal
Exactly. If you're so against it, why are you making it look like an animal?
Yeah.
Like, why are you making it look like a chicken? You know, like...
And
know.
So then they have the meat, which is like some sort of batter. I'm not too sure what it is, and they wrap it with like it almost looks like a rice wrap or something to give it like that skin look.
So not only are you...
So like the wrap, so they have, and then they wrap it, and it looks like fake chicken skin.
Skin.
Yeah, and then they'll coat it with I guess some sort of flour.
Or is this for like people who are trying to go vegan but
Yeah.
are having trouble going vegan?
But the chicken skin looks like a condom almost.
It does, yeah, it does.
But I think they use like a rice wrap paper as well.
Okay,
He's doing a whole bunch of different ones.
that's creative. I'll give them
Yeah,
that.
and you know, I'll give him like it actually looks like real chicken at the end.
Huh. But I wonder what it tastes like.
Well, that's the thing, and the thing I like vegan, whatever, but I don't like. I know some people that are vegans, and I don't like food that tries to imitate something else. Just give me a vegan dish that is a vegan dish. I don't want, a fake cheese or like the fake chicken or any of that.
Okay. So
That's just
first
my
of all,
opinion.
the word chicken should not even be used in anything that's vegan that's trying to represent chicken, because it isn't freaking chicken. Let's get that straight.
Not
right
even
now.
with the apostrophe.
No.
Chicken.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like this meatless meat crap. So the Quebec beef farmers took it to court and fought that the what's that company? No meat or
Beyond Meat.
Beyond Meat shouldn't have the
that's
word
it.
meat
Yeah, that's right.
because there's no meat. Like there's,
So is it just Beyond now?
I don't know. It's crap is what it
Yeah.
is. But anyways, but yeah. So like here, you get a 10-pack of faux chicken drummet bones for $22.
Can you reuse them?
Reusable bones.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. Like like,
probably right. I don't know.
Can you? I don't know.
You don't reuse your regular bones.
Yeah.
Like
This is interesting.
so, you can get 100 bones for $131. Regularly,
If you're buying
260
100, I don't think you can reuse them. Like you're not going to,
regularly 162. They're on sale right now.
yeah,
But that's like more than $1
Beef
a
shank,
bone.
yeah.
$9. Yeah, like
I don't want to worry about getting slivers while I'm eating, right?
well, not only that. So here's the thing: are we cutting down trees now to make fake bones? Or are you recycling wood? And where's that wood coming from?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I'm sure there's.
don't get me started, Matt.
Oh, the box is opening.
Okay. All right. Okay.
can
Should
of
we do
worms.
balderdash?
Yes, let's do balderdash because I can't go on another rant.
We're already. I guess our shoutouts were finished quite a while. This is good. All right. Who you want to go first, or
No, you can go. You always go first.
how about Sandy?
Sandy, go first.
Okay. Well, thank you, folks. Thank you.
So you know how to do this, right? You've played balderdash.
Yeah. I tell you the word, and then I give you 3 definitions.
Yeah.
All right. The word I selected today is Widdershins. Widdershins. Do I need to spell it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first definition. An English children's game involving sticks and a ball. Second definition. Counterclockwise. Third definition. Disorganized. Widdershins.
All right.
Ooh, short and sweet.
I like that. Yeah, it's okay. All right. I'll go. The word is quackerwadger.
Hope you don't speak to your mother like that.
Quackerwadger. An old-fashioned insult for someone who constantly changes their mind mid-sentence. Quackerwadger. A minor mechanical fault in early steam engines that cause them to shake unpredictably. Or quackerwadger. A 19th century term for a wooden puppet controlled by strings, later used metaphorically for a politician who's controlled by outside influences.
You like the politician thing.
Yeah, that was last week.
Quackerwadger, I know.
All right. Mine is squit. A slang word for someone who squints but only has one eye.
Okay.
An insignificant person, or what a newborn squid is called.
Okay, all right.
All right.
So we sit on those, right?
We sit on those, yeah.
You sit on those.
Okay.
All right. So, my little rant.
Okay.
How many times have we gotten a message on the phone that says, "Hello, this message is for Sandy Gibson. It is the, I don't know, the Institution for Briefs or Tidy Whiteys. And if you could please call us back at 898-753-2153. Not asking how many times you guys have gotten calls for the brief or tidy whiteys, but how many times have you gotten messages where they talk and then they go to leave the phone number and they talk so damn fast you can't even get the phone number written down. So you're constantly pressing the 3 to, rewind, and then
I never put myself in that. I don't listen to messages.
but if you had an appointment with a specialist or something like that, and they were calling you back, or you had an appointment with something like,
I don't think I've ever get messages. So you left a message once, and I was impressed. It actually translated. It went from voice to text for me. Which was really
neat. That was fun. But do you ever notice that people have a tendency when they leave
they just go really fast.
They just go really fast.
Yep. No,
I would appreciate it if you went 6, 1, 3.
Well, are you supposed to break it down into twos, 2, 3, 1, 4, 6, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 4?
That would be nice.
Like that. Yeah. Does that make sense? Or
it's because it's easier. If you think about it, when you have to remember numbers, it's easier to remember. So it's easier to remember 2, 1, 5, 3, 21, 53 than 2, 1, 5, 3, right?
2 numbers versus 4.
I'm really echoing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's.
No, I hear you on that. Yeah, certainly speed can be tough. That's why having, as Matt pointed out, that transcription, if you have a smartphone, but some people don't, right? So you're going back to listen to that message all over again.
It's annoying. So listen, people, if you're leaving a message and you're leaving your phone number, say it nice and slowly.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's our PSA.
That's our PSA, public service announcement.
Yeah.
Leave phone numbers nice and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
And then with the extension, is 62953. Not 62953.
You repeat it too.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
If they did that, I would definitely call them back about the briefs or tidy whiteys. Definitely. I'd have no excuse not to.
Well, talking about that, what do you do when you have underwear riding up your bum in public? There's nothing more uncomfortable.
Geez, I don't know.
You gotta be subtle about it, but you gotta address the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. I mean, if you can, you go to the bathroom, but if not, you just have to, put your hands in your pockets and try and
you fix that. Yeah.
Try and make it look. But sometimes the hands in the pockets doesn't get the job done.
Oh, sometimes the hands in the pockets also looks very awkward for other things.
Yes, exactly. There's that subtlety.
Yeah.
Limit, and then all of a sudden he's just doing something.
That's
weird.
when the parents take all the kids slowly away from you.
Yep.
Come on, dear. We're gonna come stand over here. But no, it is. It's very it's annoying when your underwear ride up your crack of your butt and you're standing or you're sitting down and then you go to get up. Or
walking.
Here's the other thing. Maybe guys don't have to deal with this as much as us females, but when you get dressed and your clothes are all feeling nice and comfortable, and then you go to the washroom, and then you pull your pants and everything up, and everything feels weird again and uncomfortable. And do guys get that too?
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Depending on what happened in the bathroom, it can certainly be.
Whether you're the urinal or the stall.
Yeah.
It must be embarrassing
does
for
make
guys to use stalls.
Well, there's stall etiquette. There's stall etiquette.
There is. We've briefly touched on that one time. Yes.
Like if there's 3 and then someone's on the far left, you have to go on the far right.
Is this urinals or
This
stalls?
is urinals.
Oh yeah, urinals. I mean, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. For stalls, yeah. I avoid the stall as much as.
See, I always go to the stall the furthest away.
Yeah, so it's the same idea.
So you're not, because if you go to a stall in the middle, you have people. Usually the sinks and everything are there, and there's always that little crack in the door, right?
Okay.
And you're sitting there and you're like thinking, oh God, I hope they're not looking in on me, because you know it's awkward. And then you kind of mate eyes between the crack and the window and the mirror, and it's
they notice your shoes and they know
exactly,
it's you.
Yeah. Or how about this? You go into the bathroom and there's somebody in the stall, and you know very well that they're doing a number 2 because they've been in there, and then all of a sudden they stay quiet.
Oh, like
and then,
stealth mode.
And then like you do your business, and they're still sitting there, and they're trying to be really quiet.
They're waiting for you to leave.
They're trying to and they're hoping that you don't realize that their shoes or like that. And actually, I know one time I went to the washroom at work, and like whoever it was actually like lifted up their feet so I couldn't notice their.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, let's just say the aroma wasn't that pleasant.
I see.
Yeah, sometimes you just want it cleared out, and then you can go on with your business, right? So, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is interesting. This is informative.
See?
Stall etiquette.
Stall etiquette. Sure there's,
Yeah. Well, there's definitely, urinal etiquette as well, but that's not quite the same as the stall etiquette, so.
What always gets me is like, when is it okay to talk and when is it not okay to talk?
Yeah, the chit chat, yeah.
Like, is it never okay to talk in a bathroom?
No, because like I've been in the washroom and somebody's come in and they've realized, because they don't really have sandals on even in the winter, right? And it'll be like, "Hey, Trace, what
Yeah.
is that you, Trace?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
I don't know if I'd want to, if I didn't know the person, like, "Hey, how's it going over there?"
You don't introduce yourself in that washroom.
No.
"Hey, I'm Trace. What's up?"
Yeah.
Not a place to meet people.
No.
That's fair.
Anyways, yeah. Underwear riding up the bum.
Yeah.
One of the most uncomfortable things,
Especially in hot weather.
especially in hot weather.
Like sweaty summer.
Yeah, the summer's the worst for that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's why I love winter so much, man.
Oh, freaking. Yeah. Anyways, okay, I've scratched 2 things off my my list.
Nice.
Anything else?
I think we're good. So, Sandy, about back to the musical.
Yeah. I brought a poster actually if you want to see it.
Yeah, actually.
All right.
Yeah, let's check that out.
For TikTok.
Yeah, for the TikTok, we'll.
So here it is. I guess I shouldn't say anything wrong.
We'll check this out. Oh my God! Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
Here,
that's amazing.
put it there.
So we'll post that up.
Great.
That looks great.
That's a design made by our talented graphic designer Josh Pruner.
Okay.
Made that originally for the album cover, and we just converted it to be the poster for the show. So
Nice.
I love it.
Which reminds me. Okay, I'm going to find your musical here.
Yeah, I'll take a look up here as well. If I
So, One Small Step. That's the name of it.
one small misstep.
One small
One
misstep.
Small Misstep. Okay, that's what I got. Apollo 11, NASA, One Small Voice.
No, go to one small misstep.
One
it's
small-
all one misstep is one word.
Oh, okay.
All one word. Yeah, we've been really lucky with the crew that we have. Very talented director, Rebecca Russell. Very talented stage manager, Abigail Gagnon. We're lucky also to have very good choreographer, Sharon Dixon, and a very, very, very creative set designer and costume designer, Talia Patterson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like the production crew is about 5 people, and then you throw in the 7 actors, and the live band. Oh, and our musical director.
How did
Mark
you put
Allen.
all this together? This is a quite the production here. Like,
Well, like I knew Rebecca from before, and I thought, and she's actually consulted with me on the development of it, or I've consulted her, I guess. She's a trained artist and has performed on touring companies and whatnot. And so she said, yeah, this person, she brought along Abby, she brought on Sharon, she brought on Talia, and Sharon told me about Mark, and I gave him a call, and we were all set to use tracks. Like Silas, my original composer, recorded tracks and mixed tracks, and we were all set to do that. And Rebecca's like, yeah, but if we could get a guy to play piano, that'd be great. And so Sharon pointed us to Mark, and Mark's like, yeah, and you know what? I'll also arrange some of these songs as well and put them on sheet music, which was on our to-do list. And he did it all over like the holiday break. And then he brought on these 3 guys that he knows. And now our band we call it Mark and the J Crew, because it's Mark and John Mark and JC and Jason.
Oh, it's not funny.
Yeah. So, and they sound fantastic. I've been to a few rehearsals, even brought my daughter to one. Yeah. And they sound fantastic.
So, I'm Going to Space, Made of Wax, All Your Fault, or One Small Step reprise. Which one?
I'm Going to Space to be the first one. And
so, let's play that one. All right.
Yeah. This is the opening song with...
Should I play it on mine?
Yeah, because I forgot to sign in.
Okay, let me try.
So the lady singing this one...
Oh my God, I'm going to space.
I'll let it play.
I'm going to space. I finally gotta get out of this place. I'm going to space. I'm going to space. All my life I've been gazing at the stars, looking at the moon and dreaming of Mars, wondering what lies beyond until a simple idea dawned. Applying for this program would take me out. Working in space is what it's all about, and I have no family, so no one's gonna stop me from going into space. I'm going to space.
I like it.
I love it. That's fantastic.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
That's Rachel Hunt. She was our initial lead. Name was Sam. No, the lead character's name is Sam.
Yeah.
So we had her practicing and recording this in 2023, and she went and moved to Toronto.
Oh.
As is to be expected from a talented performer like herself.
Yeah.
So we recast the role, and our current Sam is a Carleton University aerospace graduate with a specialty in space systems
We have
design.
some extra credentials there, right?
Super cred. Absolutely.
awesome.
She showed up to the audition with a NASA t-shirt
Oh, that's perfect.
and whatnot. So it's really cool to have someone who actually know. And like she showed up to another rehearsal with a book about 3 inches thick about like space mission planning.
Nice. And it's this weekend again, right?
It's this weekend, yeah, February 8th and 9th.
What's the times?
So the Saturday show is 2:30. Unfortunately, it's been fortunately for us, unfortunately for the listeners, it's been sold out.
Nice.
130 seats sold out.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great to hear.
But we only sold 71 of the Sunday show. So if you're looking for something to do this Sunday at 2:30 p.m., I know, tough sell sometimes, especially since it's a Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh,
but
the Super Bowl? No, I'm just thinking chores.
Is there any live stream as well, or?
well, there is no live streaming. We are hoping to film it, though. I'm bringing a videographer in and his team of 2 merry men, and they're going to film it. So if you miss it, we might be able to get a highlight reel to you or something along those lines.
And I think you mentioned a GoFundMe campaign at some point. Is there anything?
Yes, that's still going on. Basically, so we're getting a performance fee from Undercurrents, very generous. Very generous of them to do it. But when you spread it out amongst the personnel that we have, we've decided to supplement it with a GoFundMe. And so far, we've raised almost $2,000. Nice. We're hoping to raise a bit more. And we're very lucky to have this arts group, Soul One Arts, run by Mike Shepard, who is agreeing to match donations to the GoFundMe campaign. Nice. So that 2,000 to a limit of 3,000.
Yeah.
So
okay. All right. And you might have mentioned this earlier. Where did you record these tracks?
Raven Street Studios. I believe.
Okay. All right. It sounds really good.
Very close to Carlington Hill.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. That sounds,
no idea where that is.
Sounds fantastic.
Sounds wonderful.
Like between the Carling and Maitland exits on the Force. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know where you're talking about. Yeah. The area. Yeah.
Nope. Okay. It's that.
No idea.
Okay. Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Don't do Ottawa.
No. Okay. Well, I can.
Yeah. So, well, that's exciting.
thank you. Thank you
exciting.
very much. Yeah, my wife's seen me. It's been a process. Like when I was concussed, I was writing these things out by hand on the bus ride to school, and then my mother-in-law, who is also dyslexic, would type them out for me every now. If not all of them, but a few of them.
Yeah.
So it's been a real labor of love.
Yeah.
And
it's about the journey sometimes, right? That's, yeah. And it's really funny too. Like I was going through them, and yeah, no, they're really well done, well thought out. So
that's nice.
very
to
nice.
say.
Yeah.
That's nice of you to say.
Nice. Well, we're happy to promote it here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
The cast, the production crew, and I, we really thank you for giving us this chance.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
What do you got?
What else? Listen. So, as embarrassing this is, as everybody knows, I'm a country girl, and Les, our VP, was talking about questions and answers, and she has so many rural questions about rural and everything like that.
A new segment, yes.
Yes. Which made me think about, so my first job with the school board was at J.S. Wordsworth High School. And when I got the position, I basically got the position, temporary position over the phone. They called me, like this was years and years and years ago when the hiring was a little different.
No Zoom interviews.
No Zoom interviews, no. And I got this call from one of the EAs there, Susan Vealey, saying, like one of our EAs has gone on maternity leave, and your name got mentioned, and I just graduated from the DSW program, and would you be interested, and blah blah. And I said, yeah, sure. So they said, great, you can start Monday. So I thought, and this was like on maybe this was like on a Tuesday, the week before or whatever. So I thought, well, I have no idea where this school is. I better drive down to Ottawa and find out where this place is. So I got directions, and I drove down. And when I got home, I was talking to a couple of my friends, and I said to one friend, I said, because the big joke was, Trace was driving down, and it wasn't even downtown Ottawa, right? It was just off Maryville.
Yeah.
But to me, this was like very, very, this was like 20 plus year, 24 years ago now, I guess.
This is like going into New York City.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, yeah, no, it wasn't too bad, but I said, like, holy crap, there's a lot of people trying to cross the street and a lot of people hitchhiking. Like they were just standing there waiting for somebody to pick them up. To which my friend very, very, very calmly said, Trace, they're waiting for the OC Transpo. And I went, oh yeah, I guess so.
It's funny.
I never thought about that. I was just thinking, like, holy crap, there's a lot of people who.
Good thing you didn't try to pick any up to see.
Well, depending on how long they were waiting, they might have said, yeah.
You never know. Yeah, some people might take it, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't. And
well, you're not used to seeing
which
it,
makes me, there's lots of things being in a small town, rural area that I never think about when I'm in Barrhaven. And as you know, like once I get to school, I don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had to leave. Like if I park on a street in the city, I never think about having to look to see if there's a bicyclist coming to open my door, right? Because
it's not a thing here.
I just don't think about that.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah,
or
well, it's like how some city people may have trouble with the etiquette on the country roads with tractors, for example.
Yeah, sure.
No?
There's just common sense and respect, and then there's just not being familiar with your environment. And I feel the common disrespect in this common is...
It's more of like an inconvenience for the city slickers with the tractors, as opposed to with the cyclists. You're not... It's just like, out of your... You're not used to cyclists at all, really.
Getting adored.
No.
I used to cycle a lot when I lived in Toronto. I still like to bike here because I live close enough.
Do you have fatties?
No fatties. Sorry.
You got to give it a try. It's awesome.
Oh, you're selling me on it. You're selling me on
I love it.
But it's just, I when I have a bike, I want to be able to use it for a good 7 or 8 months. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if would you use your fatty in the summertime, or is it just pure winter?
Sometimes just for fun. Like my fatty always has studded tires on it.
Yeah.
But I also have another set of tires, and I'll put it on sometimes in the summer because it feels funny, like you're floating around. But it's more of a novelty. It's just like you just sort of bike around the neighborhood in the park or whatever, but not to commute. I don't really like commuting in the city anymore anyway. I find there's too many cars now. Like,
Okay, but wait. If you use your fatties in the summer, do they have the studs on them, or do you have?
No, I take the studs off. Yeah, the studded tires. But I have another set of tires.
So you have a studded fatty and a non-studded fatty.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
We're still talking about bikes, right?
Oh, I set myself up for that one. All right, okay.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
But I remember in Toronto, like you had to worry about streetcar tracks. And there was one time at night.
Oh, that would be tough.
Oh, well, this time at night, I saw a guy, he didn't see the construction thing, and he drove his bike right into wet concrete, wet cement. Yeah, and like he survived. He got out of it, no problem. But he goes to pull the bike out, and like, how do you bike with cement? Like, it's like icing covering the bottom, except hardened.
That'd be so funny.
And that would destroy your bike pretty much too, right?
I guess
But in
so.
terms of the streetcar tracks, I guess a fat tire bike would be okay with
Maybe
that.
you'd be safer with a fat tire.
So there's a reason to ride that out.
Which brings up a whole new conversation of what do you do when somebody does something that you really shouldn't be laughing at, but you can't help but laugh. You know, like when people fall.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
or like, have you ever noticed like you're be it awkward, like a funeral or something like that, and something will happen and during the service, and you'll, you know, you start to giggle and you really shouldn't be, and
Somebody passes gas loud.
I'm the king of having a laugh attack at the most appropriate times. I was one of those students, so you're getting in trouble, and I just start like shaking, laughing, right?
like, let's admit, there's nothing funnier than watching people fall.
Yeah, well,
That's why they have video
yeah, like
compilations of it.
America's Funniest Home Videos. I mean, that's
Most of them are people falling.
most of them are people falling or getting hurt in some way.
getting hit.
Just as long as it's not too dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't like the heads. I don't like when
No.
like, someone's head gets hurt.
No. You don't want like the one with
some-
Mike Tyson there when he had the what's that Hoover thing, and he friggin' like
Oh, did
bounces
he?
right
Oh
off
my
the
God,
like.
yeah, his head's like a rock, though.
I know.
I'm sure.
I know.
Yeah,
No.
it would be a little different watching him, but just like someone, if they slip on the ice and they hit their head, that's
Yeah, or people get like get stuck somehow. Or so.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when we lived at the old farm, we didn't have a gutter cleaner or anything, and we cleaned out the gutter. We cleaned out the barn with shovel and wheelbarrow, and then you took planks and you ran them up the up the manure pile, right? Mom did that because I was just like knee high to a grasshopper. I was old enough to know the difference between the anatomy of a male and a female. Okay, that's
all right, fair
that's. But I wasn't like any older than that.
yeah.
Right? Anyways, my mom went to run the wheelbarrow up the manure pile up on the planks, and she slipped and she stepped off and she sunk into the manure pile. And I'm in the barn and I'm sweeping away, got the big broom, that's 85 feet higher than I am,
Yeah.
and I'm pushing away, and I can hear, Tracy.
What an awful place.
And
to be in.
I'm, like being a kid and just kind of, I hear Tracy Ann Holmes, you get over here. And I'm like, and so finally I stop and I go, what? I yell back at her, what? And she's like, come help me, I'm stuck. And I said, you're what? And she's like, I'm stuck. And I said, are you okay? Still standing in the middle of the barn, haven't taken a step towards the back door or anything, right? And she says to me, yes, I've just hurt my dignity.
Okay.
My little ears here, yes, I've just hurt my dinky. To which I go, oh my gosh, my mom has a dinky. Why should my mom have a dinky? My mom shouldn't have a dinky. And I'm walking up and down the barn going, this is not good. My mom has a dinky. Why should my mom should not be having a dinky. This is not good. And she's still yelling at me saying, Tracy Holmes, you get out here right now, Tracy. And so I get to the barn back door and I like peep out and I like, oh, Mom. And she's like, what? And I'm like, why do you have a dinky? And she's like, what? And I'm like, Mom, you shouldn't have a dinky. And she's like, I don't have a dinky. I hurt my dignity. Get your ass out here. So which I had to get her another. I think I had to get her. I think I handed her the broom, and she kind of pulled herself out. But yeah,
How deep is this manure?
I don't know.
It's like quicksand.
Yeah, well, it was like it wasn't frozen. Like it wasn't winter, so it was. Yeah, you can sink in pretty good.
So she was up like to her hips?
No. She just her boots, like she was stuck into her boots.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she wasn't like I wasn't.
Okay,
She wasn't
yeah,
like,
pulling her.
Once they start going in the boots, it's hard to get. Like I remember playing in mud, and like once,
it's like exactly. It's like a suction.
yeah,
right?
once the it starts pouring in the top of the boots, it's game over.
Yeah, I don't know if it went into her boots.
You're going to
as
have
such,
to,
because
you're going to lose your boot, and you're going to have to
because
fish
it's not
for it
it
after.
wasn't liquidy as such, right? But it was
Okay.
like cow poo and straw and everything like that, and it's mushy. And anyways, she was stuck, but she only hurt her dignity, not
Not her dinky.
not her dinky. No, no, I was mortified though.
Yeah, oh yeah, that would be.
That's a revelation.
Yeah. And then that's when I learned about the word dignity.
Yeah, there you go. The more you know, right? So,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyways, so anything else? I feel we're really unprepared this time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know
I
why.
don't know. We were talking about chickens.
Yes.
Actually, it's funny you mention all this farm stuff because, and you were asking me about being a wedding officiant earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, can anyone pinpoint when, like, rural or farm-based wedding venues became so popular? Like, I've done over 7 years, I've done over 50 weddings.
50 weddings. I was
Yeah.
just about to ask you that.
Which
50.
is, it's not a big number. Like,
That
the
is
guy-
a big number for 7 years.
Well, the guy who trained me, he does 90 in a year.
90 in
Like,
a year.
sometimes they'll do 2 in a day.
so
And 75 of them are now divorced.
And they're doing them that quickly.
would you do them like year round, or were you selective, like being a teacher? You do more in the
So I wasn't particularly selective, but the season usually runs from about like April or May until like October. After that, your sort of outdoor weddings are a bit too cold. But I did some in February. I did one New Year's Eve day.
Yeah, my husband's cousin got married on New Year's
Yeah.
Eve.
But it's true. Like the past, for me, like going to weddings or being invited, like the last few have been in barns or like, yeah. Well, yours was in a barn, Trace, but that was
it
a
your own
legitimate
barn?
one. Yeah.
Well, it was in a shed. It was in
Yeah.
a garage. Kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
It was supposed to be an outdoor wedding, and we had
Yeah.
the highest rainfall.
Yeah.
So we moved it into the place where we were getting married. They had a garage. So literally, one side was a pool table. We were sort of in front of their makeshift kind of like bar, kind of like they. And there was a pair of boxing gloves hanging from the wall. Guns N' Roses
Oh yeah.
clock.
I was next to a big can of WD-40, like a big can, like a barrel almost. It was awesome.
One side was the pool table and an old couch and,
Oh, it was
and
amazing.
some other stuff.
It was,
and then we were in the
perfect.
middle, and then behind us we had seats, and then we quickly got a tent to attach. So there was people in the tent also, and then on the other side was the garage part where there was the workbench and all the tools and cans of oil and
Yeah.
Wow.
and
It was fantastic. It was.
people were sitting on the pool table. Some
People
were
would
sit-
pay somebody to have that sort of ambiance. And
And
I know.
that's what I'm wondering about.
Yeah.
Like, when did that become? Maybe it was your wedding. It set
I-
it all
I
off.
don't-
Well, yeah, maybe. You never
I don't
know.
think
That you're a trailblazer. That was, what, 15 years ago, probably? Or
yeah,
no,
15.
12? 13.
How many people did you have?
13.
Well,
Or 14 years ago.
there was, I think, at the wedding there was over 100 people.
Yeah.
There was, I think, like 200 and some people at the reception.
Nice.
Actually, I speaking of farms, I went to James Naismith's old homestead. That they do weddings at,
I believe it.
at his. That's a popular spot around
Yeah.
here, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really nice too.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've never been there, but I've heard
Yeah.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
I think, so when you say farm though, do you mean like the traditional farms or the, what I call,
Oh, not an industrial farm.
what I call a like sunshine farm?
Define sunshine farm.
Well, they have a couple of goats and some sheep and, and I guess what you'd call the hobby farmer.
So like they're there more for like the photo op to post it on their Insta just to show that they're
Well,
farming.
I'm going to get in trouble for this.
Well, like, Like, and I used to call, so there's a venue called Strathmere.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, like,
I've been there,
I've
yeah.
heard it called a wedding factory. And but in all fairness to it, it does a very good job of it. And it has a very picturesque setting, and they can do like,
But it's not a working farm.
no, it can handle 3 weddings at a time. Not a working farm, as far as I know.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay. It's a spa now, I think.
I mean, I know some friends of mine who have been married at their family farm,
Really?
and all that. But I think the sort of the outdoor farm kind of sunshine farming.
Well, it's good for photos. And,
Yeah. I think it's probably been popular for maybe the last 20 years or so. When it kind of became trendy, to grow your own fruit and vegetables and, have your little goat to milk and, sit in the back deck and drink your coffee and look at your 2 sheep and
So
one
not like-
llama. And
You laugh, but my aunt took my daughter and I to an alpaca farm.
yeah.
This in southwestern Ontario, and we got to walk alpacas, and they use llamas
fun.
as like a guard.
Oh yeah, they're vicious little things.
Apparently.
they are friggin' vicious. And nothing against sunshine farmers. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, no,
like I
no,
have friends
it's
who are
great.
sunshine farmers, and
Yeah.
and I think it's great. But yeah, there's a
little
difference
different.
between sunshine farmers and
Yeah.
farming.
What you do?
Sunshine farming sounds fantastic. That's like a dream. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Listen, I'd be happy with 2 cows.
Yeah. Sandy, do you have any like funny stories that stick out, like at any of the wedding services or anything to share? Or is
Well, my first wedding was in a trailer park,
okay.
which I mean, it sounds funnier than it. But I show up, and they actually had a pig on a spit.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
A pig on a spit.
See, this will be the new thing: is trailer park.
Trailer park weddings. Yeah. Sorry, Barnes, you're old fashioned.
Yeah, that's passe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did they have camo, wearing camo clothing?
No, that was another one. That was another one. That was I had a wedding where, and it was sort of cowboy themed, but the groom, and it was at their house in Quebec, and Quebec weddings are a whole different thing. But the whole all the groom and all his best and all his like his the people on his side, they showed up on side by sides. Like they cued the country. I said my little piece. Then the DJ cued the country music, and all you could hear was vroom, and like an ATV and 2 or 3 side by sides just vroom, pull up, and I'm in my truck.
I love it.
It was really cool.
Those are the best
watch.
weddings. The
Yeah.
reception. I bet you the reception were pretty
Oh yeah,
wild.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, our organization, or because I was part of an organization, and they encourage officiants, if you don't know the couple that well, like you're just sort of there for the wedding, sort of move along. I don't know if they'd had issues in the past with
Yeah.
people overstaying their welcome. So I'd say thank you, I'd congratulate people, and then I'd move on my merry way. But yeah, I can only assume how much fun that one was.
Yeah, no, I've been a couple of those type of weddings. Yeah, they're fun and interesting,
Yeah.
and
In terms of other funny ones, so it sounds funnier than it actually. I married my sister, but to her current husband.
Yeah. Okay.
that was
you
a-
didn't marry your sister.
No, no, none of that. But it was actually, she got married about a month before I did, and I'd just been certified as an officiant, and we weren't sure whether, like, the weather was a little and I didn't actually know whether it would be an outdoor or indoor wedding. Like, they had an indoor space for it, and like 10 minutes before the ceremony's supposed to start, and my mom's just like, so where are we going? And so I look at the sky, and I look at my sister, who really wanted an outdoor wedding, and I just, please God, give us 30 minutes.
that's what I was really hoping for ours too.
Yeah.
Because we were going to get married under an apple tree, and my grams and my mom worked with some ladies who sang in a choir, so they came and sang for us, and while Gram was being walked down the aisle, it was supposed to be meet me under the apple tree.
Oh.
But instead it was meet me beside the oil can.
The WD-40.
Yeah, it was great. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's
But it was good. It was fun. It was a fun day.
I'm glad to hear
But
that.
yeah, for outdoor weddings, I would imagine that's always like the main stressor, right? Like, and you hear it, you must have a lot of pressure too, just to wait or,
There's certainly elements of that.
Yeah.
One of the coolest places I've ever married people is Aquatopia, the water conservancy out near Carp.
Okay.
It's a greenhouse.
Oh yeah.
That's like, hey, why don't we marry people as well? So it serves as a wedding venue. And the funniest thing I think that had happened there, like they have insects in the building, is we're sort of getting near that part where it's like, now, does anybody object to this wedding? And you could hear a cricket chirp.
Have you ever had anybody object?
That's
Oh no, there's two ways to read that line. You either read it super fast, like, does anybody object? Nope, okay, and move on. Or you read it super slowly and give about 5 or 6 seconds and just look out at the audience.
Because you legally have to say that, ask that, right?
Not anymore.
No, not
that's
anymore.
Not a
But
thing.
the crickets, that would add so much. To
You
it.
can't
Oh my
plan
God, that's
that,
perfect. You must have got to laugh at it.
Oh, the cricket he was a little off in his timing. Like, it was a little bit before, and we're like, dang it. Wait, Jiminy, wait.
Yeah, exactly.
But like the fact that there was a cricket there was kind of...
So you don't have to say that anymore, right?
Well, to be honest, for people to be married in Ontario and Quebec are two different things. In Ontario, all you need is someone who's like there's like 6 different people: Indigenous officiant, religious officiant, judge, municipal clerk. There's a few more. And they have to be present, and the people getting married have gone to City Hall or a client service center, proved that they're not related to each other by blood or already married to somebody else. And then they sign a document. They pay $170 for that thing. And then they sign a document with with you around and with a witness, just to make sure that they're not. And that's that. And that's Ontario. Now,
Yeah.
Quebec, in order for a wedding to happen, like, you don't need to say anything. You don't need rings. In Quebec, they don't have to go to City Hall. They just give you a whole bunch of documentation and photo ID and whatnot in advance. And then you post this thing on the Quebec website saying these two people are getting married. And that, in theory, is supposed to give people the chance to object if they see it's necessary.
Okay.
But like, who's checking that website?
I don't know, but the next
Yeah,
wedding I go
that's
to,
crazy.
I've just decided the next wedding that I go to,
Yeah.
and it's been a while since I've been into a wedding because I'm sort of at that age now where I guess kids are getting to the point where they're getting old enough now to be. I was at a wedding a couple of years ago.
It goes through cycles.
Yeah,
Suddenly you
yeah,
get a
but that
cluster.
wedding was very, very small. Like, there was just a few of us there. But the next wedding I go to, when they say, if they do say, is anybody object, I'm going to get up to go to the washroom just then. I'll just stand up and look around and then, just go to the washroom.
I'm going to have the sound of crickets ready on my phone, and I'll play the crickets. I love the cricket idea.
Nice.
go.
So should we do Balderdash?
Yeah, you read my mind. Yeah, okay.
Oops, I just dragged that across the table and, okay.
I'll go first, or you want to go first?
Oh, well, I started it off. I don't know if we want to keep it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do
I
it.
can go first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to read them again because I forget them.
All right. The word was widdershins. First option, an English children's game involving sticks and a ball. Second option, counterclockwise. The third option, disorganized. The word is widdershins.
I'm going to say first one.
I'm also going to go with the first one.
An excellent guess. Unfortunately, the answer was number 2, counterclockwise.
I came close to that, but oh man,
Okay.
I should have did something different. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Is that how, yeah. Quacker Wodger. Okay, first definition: an old-fashioned insult for someone who constantly changes their mind mid-sentence, or a minor mechanical fault in early steam engines that cause them to shake unpredictably, or a 19th century term for wooden puppet controlled by strings, later used metaphorically for a politician who is controlled by outside influences.
I'm going to go with the last one.
But he did a politician last week. I'm going to go with the first one.
It was the last one.
Oh,
Tracy.
You know him too well.
Trace has got it every time. You just know when I'm making it up, as opposed to not.
There's no
Okay.
lying to you.
Mine was squint. A slang word for one who squints but only has one eye. An insignificant
That
person,
was too funny. Okay.
an insignificant person, or what you call a newborn squid.
I'm going to go with number 2, an insignificant person.
I'm going to go number 2 as well.
You're both correct.
Oh, yeah, all right. Okay.
I think it is. I wrote this so long ago. I can't. But yeah.
Whoever is listening, just check it, just
Yeah.
to verify.
No, it is an insignificant person because I laughed my head off when I did the slang word for someone who squints but only has one eye.
Yeah. That's a good one. I love that. Just
Very common among pirates.
Anyways, okay.
That's funny.
What do you do when you can't remember somebody's name and they come up and start talking to you?
Introduce them to someone, because then they usually say their name.
That's what I do.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's exactly what I do.
I just don't say their name, or I'll just continue talking. I've known some people, and I like had many conversations with people I don't know their name.
It's really embarrassing.
Yeah, but I rarely say people's names during conversation, though, unless you have to introduce them to someone else.
Oh, yeah, that backfires.
That's, I guess, there was an art to it. Then you try to, I don't know, right? Like,
So if I'm in a
sometimes-
situation like let's say you and I were talking and you came into the picture
yeah,
and I couldn't remember your name, I'd say, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Listen, Sandy, I'll let you guys introduce each other."
okay, all right, that's
how
the
I-
art. That's the
how
art
I do it.
right there. Okay,
But I remember one time when I was a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember where it was, somewhere in this dear, well, I would say maybe mid-20s, early 20s. This dear sweet lady came up to me and said, "Tracy, how are you doing?" I'm like, good. How are you? I have no idea who this lady was. No idea. And she said, "How's your mom and your grandmother?" And I'm like, good. And she's like, "Oh, well, tell them I say hi." And I'm like, "I will." And "How are you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm fine." And all that. And I said, "Oh, that's good. And your family's doing well?" And she's like, "Well, George passed away," or George or whatever it was passed away. And I'm like, "Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot about that." I'm thinking like, "Oh, I don't even know who you are. I didn't know your husband passed away." And to this day, I still don't know who this lady was, but she knew everything about us.
yeah, that's happened to me before. So it's not even that I forget their name; I forget the person entirely.
Yeah.
Which isn't like, but sometimes it's hard. Like they recognize me
Yeah.
probably from 15 years ago, 20. I don't know.
It's kind of awkward
Yeah.
when they especially when they keep asking you questions.
But then there has been a few times where they thought I was someone else as well. Apparently, I have a doppelganger out there,
I hear you.
and I've had a few conversations, and they're like, "Oh, you're not. What's his name? Forget the guy's name. There's someone else out there that
in
is-
Ottawa, in the Ottawa.
in
area?
Ottawa, yeah.
That's
It's like
funny.
Ryan or something like that.
But
I think it's
a lot
Ryan.
like you, eh? But it's the same. You keep. You
This
keep
is when I
getting
was younger. Yeah, and I've had like 3 or 4 conversations, and they realize I'm not this person. It's always the same person.
Like that's a question for your parents.
Yeah,
maybe,
exactly.
right?
I have I get that a lot, but
Yeah.
like I have a very I don't want to call myself generic appearance, but like I think people just see fair colored skin, brown hair, glasses. I look like every other guy like that. My other explanation is that sometime in the 80s they took this sort of like this embryo and cloned it multiple times.
Yeah.
And then just spread it out throughout North America.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't actually think that, but
Yeah,
that's the excuse I give to people when they say, "You look like someone else."
Yeah. Or if you're into like the simulation theory, like everything's a simulation, maybe there's just like
The Matrix.
a little glitch in the system, right?
Have you ever watched The Matrix?
Oh yeah.
I did recently. My wife
Yeah.
wanted to see it.
Yeah. Just watch the first one. The first one's good. The rest I wouldn't
I'm
bother.
going to try to watch. I've tried to watch it. You know what movie I tried to watch over and over and over again? It took me like, I kid you not, probably 7 tries to try to watch it. And then I finally did watch it, and it was great. It was The Unusual Suspects.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Unusual Suspects
With
or
Kevin-
the usual?
Usual.
What did
I
I
think
say?
it's Usual Suspects. You said the Unusual Suspects.
Unusual Suspects sounds like it would be like the parody starring Leslie Nielsen or something.
That movie, I couldn't. I just could
Yeah.
not watch it. I would fall asleep. I'd just be like. It was finally. I forced myself, and I find once you get to a certain point, then it's like, okay,
You get momentum.
I get this now. I get this.
Yeah, well, it has a great ending.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's
the ending.
It's the ending is wonderful.
Yeah.
The other thing that I always find happens to me sometimes is I'll be talking to somebody, and you're trying to get away from them, like, right, because you want to get going, and they keep talking, and they say something, and you have no idea what they're saying. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Like, they could be saying, like,
Something serious.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
intense
Like
stuff.
Yeah, and but you can't hear you can't understand what they're saying, and you don't want to say like, sorry, what was that? I'm saying, okay, yeah, well, talk to you later. Nice talking to you. Bye. That's a little awkward too, but anyways, those things happen. So
Well, there's a lot of awkward conversations, I find. But
Well, extricating yourself from a conversation is an art. I think there's no science to it. Some people are very good at it.
Yeah.
I am not the best at it. I don't know about you, but like sometimes
feel the
like
same way.
There's like that balance between like, am I being too polite by sticking around? Am I being too
Yeah.
rude by just cutting it short? Like how do we?
yeah.
How do you do it? I don't know. You seem to.
I don't know. I just say I'm going by.
Just be up front. Yeah, especially if you're going to see them later on in the day or something. If it's a coworker or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, have a good day, but I'll probably see you in...
But Matt and I avoid everybody
minutes.
too, so because we don't like small talk. So
I'm into that.
I like small talk, but yeah.
Certainly not about holidays.
Yeah.
no,
I learned
no,
that.
Yeah.
not about holidays at all. What time are we at?
We're at the 104. So yeah, we could probably...
I'm early this time. Usually I'm
an
about
hour and 4 minutes. Yeah.
Usually I'm about 108.
Well, we didn't like, we just sort of...
I hope I'm not boring you.
No,
absolutely.
No.
No. This is good. When you say earlier, like 4 minutes earlier.
Yeah. usually around 108 I say,
Yeah.
so what time are we
Yeah,
at?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been good.
It's been great.
I-
Sandy, it's been fantastic.
Thank you for having
Well,
me.
thank you for coming. Honestly, this has been great. And I wish the best for one small misstep.
Thank you.
What do you call
One-
it? A space opera? Is that like, or just a space musical?
Space musical.
Yeah.
One
Space
small
music.
step for misstep.
Yeah.
Try googling that one. Well,
But let's see what comes up.
actually, if with any luck, we'll get to see it again sometime. There's a production company that might take it up and
Okay.
has expressed an interest in doing it, and I'm more than happy to support them in that. Lost Baggage music.
You know what we did not do this one? We did not do ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do any of that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
or
If
Meta.
you look up One Small Step for Misstep, it is the poor audio or One Small Misstep Neil Armstrong claimed. Did Neil Armstrong flub his first words on the moon? One small step. Oh, here we go. One Small Misstep by Alexander Gibson and Celia Chinson.
Silas Chinson.
Silence.
Silas, he lives in Guelph, but and what's interesting is I met him through like various connections, and I never actually met him in person until 2023. Like I called him up over the phone. I'd send him like a cappella versions. He'd send me back these beautiful demos, and we just kept doing this. And I would pay him for work done, and I never actually met him until 4 years later in person.
Oh, my God.
not funny.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, listen, you are among Neil Armstrong here on Google. Google. Yeah, you are. Seriously.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
You are, there's 4 things, and 3 of them are about Neil Armstrong, and you're right in the very middle.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Well, that dream come true to be considered in the same breath as Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Next stop, Louis Armstrong. It is a musical. After.
Yeah. I was
Louis
just about
Armstrong,
to say, yeah.
such a great voice.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Such a great
Yeah.
voice. Wonderful voice.
Yeah.
So are you a character in the play?
No, I wish, but I do not have the same talent that these folks do. Plus, going to each rehearsal and also being the producer and the creator, you're wearing too many hats there.
Yeah.
I've found best to sort of like, people have even warned me against directing a show that I've written, so that's why I'm putting it in the very capable hands of Rebecca Russell. And I produce, I help, I do this, I try to secure funding, and I just give them the freedom and the support they need to succeed.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, I wish I could go.
Well, if we get it filmed and the filming, we are getting it filmed, and if I can, once I get it, I'll send if not the full video, the highlight reel your way.
All right.
Sounds great. Awesome.
Sounds great.
All right.
So, anything else?
No. Put
No?
your grocery carts away.
Put your grocery carts away.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't.
I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, I think so. I think
All
we're.
right. Okay.
I think we're kind of done.
I guess. Oh, I should probably do a shout out. I know you folks do shout outs, but I have to thank my family for being so supportive in this endeavor. If I'd be amiss if I didn't do that, especially my wife, Jane, who is.
What does your wife do?
My wife works for the city of Ottawa.
Nice.
Yeah, she's. I don't need to get too far into the details, but she's very good at organizing people and communicating things. And she's always, why is he so passionate about this weird space musical thing? She knows I'm a sci-fi nerd. She knows I love Star Trek. This musical's pretty much Star Trek meets Annie.
So, old Star Trek or new Star Trek?
I'll do either. I love the campiness of the original series, but I also
Same here.
I've been watching Strange New Worlds recently, and like the way that it's kind of like Pokemon. It's continually reinventing itself. Not that I'm a huge Pokemon fan, but like I'm just amazed at the longevity.
Yeah.
Old Star Wars or the new garbage Star Wars?
Oh, well, that's leading the witness there. I would say the old Star Wars was what really inspired me early on. Like, I remember watching that as a kid, but I won't throw out the new. I mean,
I like the prequels. Oh, I do. I find they've aged like so well. They're great. There's just something nostalgic about them.
Well, they're over 20 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, there's something about it. Maybe it just brings back memories of the time or something, but I didn't really like them when they came out, but yeah, no, there's something about it. I'm not saying they're fantastic films. Like, truthfully, like the original ones are the best, but there's something about the prequels. Way better than the new ones.
Now, when you say prequels, what do you mean by prequels?
The ones with Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, okay.
Like the
Like
ones
episodes 1, 2, and
yeah.
3.
Yeah. So the prequels were the ones that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they preceded the storyline of the original ones, and then the newer ones were after it also. Yeah. That's why Harrison Ford or Carrie Fisher or Mark Hamill, they weren't in any of the prequels because they weren't born yet.
Right.
Technically, the characters.
Right. Yeah, I don't like any of the new ones.
Yeah.
For either or the old. I remember when I was a kid, I watched the Star Trek movie with the one. Remember with the beetle comes out of Spock's ear.
Wrath of Khan.
Wrath of Khan, that's the best one.
Yeah, the earworms. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when people start talking about head lice and all of a sudden your head starts.
Oh,
yeah. Head lice.
Yeah.
Head lice.
Well,
you know, and everybody who's listening to this now
Yeah,
is
right
going
now,
to start scratching their heads.
That's why it's funny you mentioned the Matrix earlier, because you know that part where the thing goes into his belly button?
Well, yeah.
I cannot watch that without like cringing
I
and
know.
covering up my stomach.
Yeah, that was traumatizing. Oh, I hate that. You haven't seen it yet.
No.
Sorry.
You'll know what we're talking about.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, no, it's all.
It's okay. I'll have to watch it now. It's a long movie, though, isn't it? The Matrix.
Not that bad.
That's probably like 2.5 hours, 2 hours. Huh.
Break it up into bits, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Take
That's
little
longer
breaks,
than
little
my
intermissions.
Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sandy, it was great having you.
No, it's awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully you'll come back. We haven't scared you off too much. It goes fast, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you forget that you're doing a podcast. It's like
Time flies
sitting
and
around
having
just
fun.
You have this like way about you that just like, oh, I don't know. It's great. You're excellent host. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here and you gave me free hot chocolate.
and we're paying you under the table. So we'll leave it with. You did a shout out to your wife and your family. Anything else you want to say before we?
No. I think that's it.
Matt,
I'm good. Yeah, put your grocery carts away, like I said earlier.
put your
I
grocery
like that
carts
one.
away. If you're a convenience store, provide bags.
Yeah. Yes, that's
Yeah,
another one. Yeah.
Don't be stingy about it. And I'll always end up with, if you're in the rural area and you're driving and you see a flashing green light coming towards you with a vehicle, pull over. It's a volunteer firefighter going to something important.
Absolutely. All right.
Pull over. Be respectful. And
Right.
pull over for tractors. Or slow down for tractors.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I agree.
Cheers,
Okay,
everyone.
all right, cheers.
Cheers.